Hello, and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. Here's an example. Last time I shared with you this book called Search for a Living Fossil by Eleanor Clymer. It's about the coelacanth, and I said that my wife had read to our third son and daughter this book, A Horse in the Attic. So here's a library copy of it. Now, I remembered afterwards, oh, I said, the Trolley Car Families by Eleanor Clymer. And I have to show you this because this is a fantastic family read. It shows struggles, it shows sharing, there's humor, there's problem solving, and listening to everybody and a respect for everybody, considering everybody. And it's an extremely uplifting book. Available, probably only used now, but I noticed it was available in numbers of different places online. Also online, I was reading about the bamboo. Now, the bamboo is the favorite food, the only food that the panda eats. Now, that has a drawback. The bamboo's an amazing tree. Once it gets growing, it grows very fast, and it becomes probably pretty tough to eat and chew. So the younger the shoots are, the more palatable it would be for the panda. The big drawback is that these people who are poachers know this about the panda. And so they look for patches of new bamboo shoots coming up, and they would set their snares there, or their traps there. Now, here's an animal that also has a very limited diet. I'm going to drop down and have a look at Australia and the strange animals that live there. This book, I'd say, would be for 4 years old and up. 4 years old might not be able to read it, but the photos of various reptiles and birds and marsupials, like the koala. The baby koala is about as big as from this knuckle to the tip of my finger. And then it makes its way into the mother's pouch and spends months there growing up and safely being cared for by the mother. And this book, I recommend it because of the variety of animal life that exists in Australia. Now, here's another marsupial. The kangaroo, you can see it's young in its pouch, legs sticking out, very big feet. A most amazing animal, the kangaroo. But this isn't just about the kangaroo either. This is about all the amazing, the amazing animals that live in Australia. It also has a human connection there as well. Humans with some of these animals. Young boy hugging the koala, for example. And so I think that this book would be for 10 years old and up. I've got a little something for everybody this time, I think. This book is for 15-year-olds and up. Language, more details, and I think if I shared with you just a page or two from it, here's something that I like. There's a map in this book, and there's a map in this. One of the things that I liked about this is that this map shows in its key the topography of the land. Europeans didn't settle in Australia until 1800s, and there was a lot of area that they didn't settle because they didn't think they could manage to survive. They're all scrubland here and deserts there. Now, there are some rainforests down in Tasmania, around Sydney, Brisbane, up this coast. This is part of an island called New Guinea. So really, Australia is sort of like a big island, and I wanted you to know about New Guinea. Now, what happens on this? Another consequence of the sameness of the down under terrain is the domination of a single tree. Moorheads, ever gray, that's the bark of the eucalyptus. Except in the deserts, the eucalyptus are everywhere. More than 500 different species of every size and form. Their special characteristics, their leaves, buds, flowers, logs, and their retention of water are crucial to the life cycles of dozens of animals. The monkey-like cuscus and gliding possums spend their lives in eucalyptus. Koalas eat nothing but selected leaves of a few varieties of the tree. The numbat, a furry banded anteater of southwestern Australia, beds down in dead eucalyptus logs and lives on the termites attracted to the rotting wood. So, 15 and up. Quest for the tree kangaroos, an expedition to the cloud forest of New Guinea. So that's why I wanted you to know where it was. This book's been written by Cy Montgomery. She's done loads of interesting books, teaming up with a specialist in spiders or certain snakes or you name it, certain rare birds. And she's gone with that scientist and learned from the scientist and written and photographed. So the same things happened with this book. And I want to read to you from, a great picture of a bridge there. The most famous marsupials, however, are the kangaroos. All kangaroos hop, some of them 6 feet high and faster than 40 miles an hour. More than 50 different species of kangaroo hop around on the ground, from the big red kangaroo to the 1-pound musky rat kangaroo. Few people know that there are 10 more species of kangaroo that have taken to the trees. Tree kangaroos hop too. Unlike regular kangaroos, they can also climb, although sometimes they look a little bit unsteady. They use sharp claws on their front feet to grip branches. And they can move their hind legs independently of each other, sometimes something regular kangaroos cannot do. They have these legs hop together. There's no walking motion. 2 kangaroo species live in Australia. 8 live in New Guinea. At least that's how many species scientists have found so far. A new one, a black and white tree kangaroo called a dengiso, was discovered as recently as 1995. So I thought for 15 and up that interest to see what's involved in putting on an expedition that searches for these fabled animals. And of course, for adults, there's Gerald Durrell, same book, Two in the Bush. He's writes about an expedition accompanied with the BBC film crew that went to New Zealand, Australia, and the Malay Peninsula. I hope you can find something that might interest you among these books today. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.